Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Bommer number 2410-601. This is an auxiliary spring, wrought steel heads, bright black japanned. It's a gate spring is what this is. Bommer makes different gate springs in the design of the head and then in the length of the spring. They're all very similar in the sense that they're going to handle a maximum door weight of 50 pounds. We've sold these to people who have said, "Oh, I've got a heavy gate, you better give me 2 springs," that sort of thing. I have seen them primarily installed in residential gate applications. I've seen them installed on chain link fences where they've been welded to the fence in a job site sort of temporary structure application. Anywhere where a surface mounted spring will work for you to help you get a door, a gate closed, whatever the case might be. This is a good, economical, effective sort of option. Okay. Now, this is the 2410. 2410 refers to a couple of things. It refers to, first of all, the length of the cylinder, which is 9 and 5/16, or the length of the spring. It also refers to the design of the head. Bommer has the 2400, 2410 springs. The only difference is the length with this shaped head. They've got their 2430, their 2440 springs with a wider head. And they've got the 2500, 2510, 2520 with an L-shaped head. The reason for using the different shaped heads is really more so compatibility with what you're applying it to. 2400 is certainly very common. The 2410 is probably the most common one that we sell would be the 2500 with the L-shaped heads. Personal preference, things of that nature might make it more appropriate for how you're installing it and what you're installing it onto. Okay, you might need to get the screw locations off center line, so to speak. So those 2 screw holes are going to straddle the center line of the spring hinge. Well, that 2500 series L-shape gets them over here, and it simply might be more appropriate for the application you're using it on. Think of a very trim post jam and style of a custom door. You're going to want that spring to be as close to vertical as possible, and with those L-shaped brackets you can practically achieve a vertical installation. What's helpful is the link below this video to the document called Product Brochure, where you can quickly look at all of the different springs from them and also make a quick judgment what might be the best suited for you. So back to the 2410, let's go over it now. There is a link below this video to a document called Template, which will allow you to review the important dimensional properties of this spring hinge, and you can see from there where the 9 and 5/16 dimension is coming from. It's really going to be a reference to the overall sort of size. And that is pretty much indeed the case, 9 and 5/16. Width of the head they have drawn out there at 1 1/8. Okay. Spring length of the 2410 is 7.5 inch. And that length of the template also shows the dimensional properties for the 2400, the slightly shorter spring as well. Then there's a link below this video to the installation instructions, which basically show you simply how this is installed. It's going to be installed on the pull side every time, and the orientation of the spring will always look like this as you're viewing it. Top and tipped to the right when you are on the pull side, and you'll do that all the time. You will always install this with the tension collar pointed towards the top. You'll always install it so that it looks like this, regardless of left hand or right hand, and that's just how it works. Now, there is a captive pin that's down here in the bottom, and that will go down in the bottom. And with every with every spring, you're going to get a tension rod. With every spring, you're going to get a tension pin and then screws. So once you get this attached where you like it, with the captive pin at the bottom, you're going to insert your tension rod, and you're just going to rotate it clockwise. And as you do that, you'll bring that pin so that it bottoms out into this plate. And then as you set more tension, as you turn the tension collar clockwise further once this bottoms out. That's when you'll start to grab and set tension on the spring. Maximum 3 holes. Tension setting is what's required. You know, should you have an application where you feel that you need a second spring hinge, go for it. No reason not to. It's a gate, most likely, and nothing that you need to have hydraulic control over like you might have in other sorts of applications that didn't require something so critical. The information below this video beyond the template and installation instructions basically tell you the length of the unit, the maximum door weight of 50 pounds, wrought steel heads, adjustable spring tension, non-handed, economical closing device, and do not apply more than 3 holes of tension. That's really all there is to it. Now, the name Bommer is synonymous with all things spring related in terms of door hardware, whether it be gate springs, whether it be single acting spring hinges, double acting spring hinges like their very famous 3029 series double acting spring hinges that you'll see on doors between a kitchen prep area or a kitchen in a restaurant and a dining area. But not only that material, the link below this video to the manufacturer's page will allow you to review not only all the Bommer products that we sell, a link to the manufacturer's website, along with a link to the full product catalog where you can see all the spring-related hardware, but also their comprehensive offering of commercial, institutional, architectural, some residential hinges as well. And also, you may not know this, but Bommer has a very nice line of solid brass lavatory hardware. Rim locks, handles, pulls, things of that nature. Lavatory hardware that you're going to see in high-end hotels, high-end libraries, things of that nature. If you have any questions on the Bommer 2410, and by the way, 601, before we wrap it up, that means 2 things. It means it's made of steel and that it's bright black japanned. That is the only finish available on the gate springs. Any questions on this or any other Bommer product, please feel free to reach out to us. Thank you.